Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 54 of the Black Late Settler series. So, little drum roll. I can't do a drum roll on command, but here is the goals. If you're interested in the full voting results, you can find them on Rhadamant.com or the announcements section of Discord. But my short-term goals: craft better weapons, tiered meals so that the founders get fine, the useful pawns get simple, and then everyone else gets NPM, and redesign the Killbox. The long-term goals of strip mine an outpost, kill the 3 nearest hostile bases, oh boy, and found an outpost for building the ship. The ship is not going to be built on the home tile. All right, well, I'm excited about these goals, so let's get started. Last we left off, what are you doing, Roxigo? You're just standing there? We were defending against a little bit of an incursion raid. They punched some holes. They got burned. I honestly could have done a lot better of a job, and I will aim to do so. Luckily, you all voted for improve the Killbox, so improve the Killbox I shall. And then the people that came down here, it was made immediately obvious that I was trying to pack up all the rice. And I think I already done that, right? They already left with all the rice, because this is what I do. I steal rice from this community like it's my job. Oh, wow. He has all of the weight. 135 kilograms of the weight. Brilliant. So one of the things I have to consider is, am I going to modify my original goal to serve up 50 pawns? Because at this point, whom I have plus prisoners exceeds that. And that might actually be far more of a reasonable goal. I can still work on... I can still work towards the 100 pawn, but I think 50 is a little bit more obtainable. Velek, you got a little bruise there. Let's sort that out. Doing some manual cleaning with Tom, and then I want to go over some of the tips I received. So, Damien Strife mentioned that it would be a good idea to get wood here at the hunting camp because my home tile is all polluted full of nasty toxic fallout, and there are more trees here. That's a very good point. I will set up some permanent people here to do just that. Penguin, you don't need to sleep on the floor. Entirely unnecessary, in fact. I do, however, need to... I'm going to think about this. I'll think about this soon. Another tip was, or not so much a tip, but a request from Zero Day himself, is that he should be able to wear the armor of the dude he killed. So we're going to set that up as well. I don't actually think I have marine armor for Nara to swap into, so she'll just not have it. Ooh, depends. Doesn't look like you're doing that hot. Looking around for a doctor. She's usually the one that heals everyone else. There we go. Send Herring in. So sorry, Nara, but you gotta take that off. And Zero Day will put it back on. Looking at my new raiders, there was some... Well, you know what? Actually, there is some clothing for you. Now I think about it, I just need to have you exit. Ooh, they're gonna rest on the road. I'm not a big fan of that. Don't like that, not one bit. Alright, and then, Nara, I'm also gonna have to unrestrict you. However, I can. Where is it? You are going to be unrestricted because I want you to haul. I was pretty sure I unrestricted. Oh, I always click the wrong things, don't I? And this can go to 0 day. He can wear a marine helmet. He's bloodlust, so bloodlust people don't mind if it is tainted. Oh, she wants it for herself. Sorry, 0 day. She already gave up her armor. I think that's probably good enough. Come on, get there. Okay, so the medical emergency is over. Not bleeding to death. Not by a country mile. More ambrosia sprout. Well, that's not going to last very long, given the toxic fallout. And there's really nothing I can do about that. Lucky for me, the caravan did get here in time. She wants to smash things in her own room. Jealous of Jirit's room. Alright. I want the IEDs at the ready in case of tough raids. This is something I've been meaning to do. And after the last 2 raids, I feel silly having not done it. I personally absolutely loathe... You're going to destroy this anyway, aren't you? No, I'm going to prevent you. I absolutely loathe mortars because they are dreadfully inefficient. They suck. They absolutely suck. So instead of mortars, I'd much prefer IEDs if they are viable for defense. By 1,000 to 1. I'm just sort of watching her, making sure that she doesn't do anything foolish or unfortunate. 0 day. I did say that you were going to wear the armor of the person that you murdered. That also means that I have to change your combat outfit, probably, to combat. Let's also do the tiered food. So here we go. Dig right in. You all voted for this. Wolf. No lavish. Jirit, no lavish. Deef, no lavish. And Endelos, who's here. Not here, rather. Will be on no lavish as well. All the people here can eat whatever they want. Back to here. Velek, no finer lavish. Same with you, Leth, Luna, 0 day. There. That is it. That is the whole list, I think. I decide. Oh, and Poppy. Actually, Poppy, I'm going to move you. There we go. I have the... Everyone left of Poppy. Poppy and left is a Patreon patron. And that way I can very easily restrict them for food and whatnot. So sign. And looking around, making sure I don't have any Patreon patrons down here. I don't. Going on an alcohol binge. I don't know how that's going to work. But best of luck to you. She really doesn't like this end table. Anyone nearby that can repair it? Yeah, Azalbo can. I have a lot. Oh, in a daze out there. Oh, that's no good. So that also means that I need to start cranking out simple meals. So what I'm going to do is shrink this zone here and put the simple meals down like this. I don't know, 20 is probably not enough, but we'll start with 20. I'm making sure the allowed cooking skill is high. So we only have good cooks in the kitchen. All right, DQ, you have a bed. Endelos, you have a bed. And more tips. Blue Wind had a few tips. One would be to put a door here so that we can get to the stockpile faster. That's a good point. That's a good solution. So I could do just that. Penguin, you construct. Nice. They're all healed up. Making sure I'm doing all that I can for these guys. I'm going to have to keep an eye on Trekintosh, but I think he's going to collapse pretty shortly. Alright, and make sure these doors open quickly. Let's get more auto doors. And this will speed up the butchering and all that. A mad tortoise. Oh no. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna shoot it. Ooh, a new recruit. Bring to box. Or whatever it is. Where are you, Bring? One of the there you are. You are going to be, what are you? You are an addict. You are a good cook. I'm going to actually make them a cook. Even though they're skill 9, I'll have to fix that. So let me go ahead and do this. Cooking skills. Let's do 8 or up. All right. Then for restrictions and food assignments, yikes. There we are. You are on NPM and no drugs. Good. Not so much fun, sure, but safer. Unhappy nudity, well, we're fixing that. You're a hunter. I guess I did have you over there. Where is this mad tortoise? Okay. Looking at this zone, there was other tips I had from Blue Wind. So Blue Wind was the one that said put a door here. Blue Wind also said, oh, well, yeah. That's, let's see. Splitting the work schedule to 4 hours of work and 2 hours let's try this. 4 hours of work and some recreation in between. So, we sleep, work, 4 hours recreation, 5 hours, 4 hours of recreation. Let's try this as a psychotic break deterrent. See if this functions better, and then also maybe this will allow them to eat meals at tables and things like that. Hopefully. So 454. I think that may be more reasonable. And then we'll do that again with the night owls. So 4, 5. Oh, the night owls sleep a little bit longer because they have hours that they don't want to be up for. So there we go. Night owl, night owl, night owl. Vex is not a night owl, but she's a honorary night owl. Because, yeah. Wolf and Trekintosh, I'm taking off of the toxic restriction. I like how they're both, like, freaking out over here. I do find that kind of funny. And Wolf, Jirit, you two, I'm going to lift your restriction as well. Alright, that turtle's dead. And free delivery of food. I like that. That's very kind. We have nowhere to store it. Let's see. Meaty. I named this Meaty? Oh, man. Let's haul the pemmican into the food storage. Alright, so the catharsis plus all the other beautiful things that we're having them do, raising that mood up pretty quick. I am going to make a quick change. Jirit is going to be the only one not restricted. Jirit needs his bed back too, sharing with Cece. But he's up. So, Jirit, what I need you to do is to work on this granite wall. I picked Jirit because he doesn't much care that there's dead bodies. He's bloodlust. He's also a decent constructor. And that is why I pick on him. Zero Day looks a lot tougher now. That's good. Nothing like assassinating a local leader to have you wear all of his stuff. Okay, the wildlife, there is no more boomlopes here to tame, so I don't feel so bad about bringing all the rice home. I continually do that, though. Actually, maybe I'll do it like this. I will have a tree felling zone. All right. Trek and Bob. Wandering around the dead bodies. And I have Mechs landing on me. Well, that's really about as bad as it could be. And the reason for it, I have very little ability to defend against Mechs. They're going to shred me. So I'm trying to get Trekintosh and Bob out of there. Jirit is already hauling the granite. We need to patch up that wall if we have any hope to defend against 6 Lancers, 11 Scythers, and 9 Centipedes. Okay, no longer psychotic. Where is Jirit? You have to go to the wall now. And everyone else, get ready for the defenses. This is not going to be fun. Come on, get Trek. Great. A melee fight out here. That's perfect. Alright, he's already dead. He's... The walls that I would otherwise be able to build are not going to get built. And Trek's going berserk on the Mechs. Might as well pull Chris back. He's been shot to death. Well, there's literally nothing I could have done about that. Alright, everyone else, no matter who you are, you're getting conscripted. And sent forward. Chris might not be able to make it out in time. Do our best. They are not going to be using the Killbox, I don't think, because we had holes in it that we hadn't patched in time. I might be able to entice them south. We'll have to see if I can lure them southbound. Not that it would... Oh, he's already downed. Not that it would make much difference. Because this is... You're too late. The trouble is, they might also use this north bit. I think I'm not even going to bother keeping them at the choke. I'm going to let them in and use as many of the turrets as I can. While the melees lie in wait. With some grenadiers. You're a pacifist. Go away. Alright, what is going down here? They want to fight long ranged. I'm all for it. I can have some melees. You guys are flame. You're not going to be all that useful. I can have some melees waiting at the walls here. Vex, go sleep. Some of these guys are getting dismissed just for a lack of weapons. Powering on some turrets. Alright, power on the rest of the turrets. Some of them are just going to be sacrificial turrets. Eagle. Well done taking a big hit. Can't say that everyone survived it. Alright, Menme intercept. This just happened. Guess I don't really have time to check. Bob took a little clip there. I'm trying to keep everyone alive. Who's left, that is. This just blew away some of the power conduit, and therefore the autocannon turrets are now off. Alright, that's first wave done. Where'd the Lancers go? I guess the autocannons took them out? Yeah, it must have been. Thought we had 6 Lancers or something like that. Oh no, here comes some. Stay out of it, guys. Out of the hell with it. We'll just keep throwing bodies at this problem. But I'm not sure how much fight everyone has left in them. I could be micromanaging it differently, better perhaps, but at this point, there's only so much this community can deal with. And I would have to say pretty definitively that a mech raid is actually a nicer raid than the raids that we could have had. Where are you going with Knack? Oh, you're rescuing him. That makes sense. Alright, that would basically be every single mech that was left. Obviously, we have had a lot of death and loss. Yes, but what I was trying to say is it honestly could have been worse, given that the raid that we just experienced, it could have just been pirates with a dozen Doomsday launchers dropping into the middle of the base. That's what I've been warning about, like a Doomsday Sayer. Okay, now to figure out who's bleeding first and fastest, I guess. So once someone's patched up, have them give up the bed. This is a matter of bleed rate. Is there a dock nearby for you? Wolf. Already 10 into him. Perfect. Animals are doing the rescues. Trying to figure out who is bleeding out first. Rescuing them first. I never checked Vaughn. Yeah, Vaughn is bleeding out the fastest here. Why are you tending... on the wrong meds. Yeah, you definitely can't do that. They're dead almost immediately. Moro, Roxigo, Chris, Dano. Let's change the restrictions here to no meds, because the meds might be needed for fighting infections. We'll have to see. The animals are doing a really good job of doing rescues. Vaughn died due to blood loss, waiting to be tended to. He had a 3-hour timer. I guess that makes sense. Even Wolf oh, that's just for Mechanites. Herring is still out here. Death in 4. Wow, the bodies are literally piling up. Where did Herring go? Where'd we put Herring? Oh, we haven't put Herring anywhere yet. Alright, Wolf and Roxigo, and Wolf is just Mechanites. So where's Roxigo? Oh, it's just Mechanites. Okay. So we've tried to triage this as best we can. We do have a lot left unburied. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dead. We're going to have to expand our crypt considerably. Okay, this is not for colonists. Come on. Haul them. Thank you. First crypt going in. Trek was the first casualty of the war. Chris actually survived, didn't he? Yep, Chris survived somehow. Oh, Wolf collapsed trying to bury him. Yikes. Time to go to bed, Wolf. You've had quite a day. Alright, Deef. I guess, Valentin, you can, yeah. Deef, Mr. Deef. I'm going to need you to just construct for a bit. We have a lot of graves to build. Velik and Lenka chose now to get married. I guess when you're about to die, you say, screw it, might as well tie the knot. That makes sense to me. Sort of. Sort of a little bit. Alright, Deef, you know what you have to do down here. These guys have no idea what just happened. Well, no, I guess they do. Penguin, you are gonna plant cut. Go cut some trees down. Deef is working on getting the crypt built. Guess at this point, whatever turrets we have left, we should shut off. Looks like he's just standing there. Sergio, I'm gonna have you construct as well. Wherever I can find you, buddy. You can go berserk. Doesn't mean I care. Little too busy. Just a little too busy. Well, I'm actually just about out of time, so the rest of this crazy cleanup is going to have to be for next episode. So, yeah. I just wanted to say, before I get ahead of the comments, yes, I could have microed that a lot better. But, however, there are some defenses that you simply cannot defend from. And let me explain. The way this game works, the way raid strength is calculated, is it takes the number of your colonists as the primary driver for how big the raids are, which is why I've been having almost 200-person raids. And as a result, some raids, like the refugee-seeking refuge raids, tend to be 30% larger. When they pod on top of you or pod down on you, they tend to be smaller. Now, with that said, a pirate raid wouldn't be 200 people large. It would be maybe 80 large. But the issue with that is maybe a tenth of them will have doomsday launchers. So if I had pirates land in the middle of my base with, let's say, 8 to 10 triple and doomsday launchers, there is no mechanic in the game short of having hundreds of shock lances to stop a raid of that size and caliber. There just isn't mechanisms in the game to allow you to defend against a raid of such size and force. There are mods, sure, but you know me, I don't play with game altering mods. So that this playthrough is ultimately as it was conceptualized, more or less impossible. I would have to say that getting 100 pawns in one area on Merciless and doing a reactor defense is literally impossible. I don't think it can be done. It will never be done without cheating or an insane amount of save scumming or mods that allow for, some sort of defense against hundreds of Doomsday Launchers. Because a reactor raid would be hundreds, literally hundreds of Doomsday Launchers. So I just wanted to get ahead that yes, I could have micromanaged that battle a lot better, but I didn't really care to. And the reason being is it's like sort of trying to hold back the ocean by trying to empty it with buckets of water or something like that. That raids of this size, this was actually not a particularly bad one, but raids of this size are inevitable, and I've just been extraordinarily lucky up until this point, getting tribals only. So that's my 2 cents on that matter. I did address this maybe 10 episodes ago, that loss was inevitable, and I wanted to prepare you all for that. So this wasn't a total loss. I can recover from this, of course, but I did want to make it known that I expect this to have a cascading effect at some point. Well, thank you all for watching. Hopefully I can get some of the goals done, but it seems like I'll be doing a lot of cleaning up the aftermath of this crazy event for the better part of the week. But I'll see what I can do. Thank you for tuning in, and tomorrow I have a new series coming out, so stay tuned for that. Adios all.